Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Fiona, and here's her story. Dear Ollie, I saw your video about narcissists and how they do not commit suicide. I changed his name. I would appreciate your take on a narcissist I knew who did commit suicide. Okay, and to clarify, I didn't say they never successfully kill themselves. They do. Narcissists absolutely successfully kill themselves, but I don't think they're doing it on purpose. I think it's a suicide attempt for attention, usually gone too far. Rarely do I think the narcissist actually kills themselves on purpose. I knew this guy called Gareth when I was in my early 20s. He was a guitarist in a local rock indie band and would spend many hours telling everyone he was going to make it big in the industry. He had several egotistical stories about how he had humiliated and double-crossed record company executives. He was a big talker with a massively inflated ego who viewed women, including me, in a predatory and callous way. He saw them as playthings, and he thought nothing of using them and throwing them away like they were trash. This guy was incredibly sensitive to criticism. The most minor of negative feedback would send him into an out of proportion fury. His bands were nothing special, and surprisingly, they never got signed by a record company. When the band members realized they were not getting anywhere, they split up and all went their separate ways. A while later, Gareth, the narcissist, left my town and moved to a different country. He set himself up in the music industry as a manager, promoter, producer, music entrepreneur. In 2006, he signed an indie rock band. He became totally convinced that this band would elevate him to the fame and success he had always dreamed of. His ego was massive by this time. As previously mentioned, this guy was a big talker, and he always wanted total control. He upset the members of the band he had signed as they didn't like his terms. By the end of 2007, Gareth and the band had parted ways and were involved in an acrimonious lawsuit. The band took him to court to regain control of their material, and it crushed his ego. Gossip got around in the industry, and so he was having a hard time signing anyone, and people in the industry shunned him. He felt a sense of loss as if someone had died, and he also felt like he was being unjustly persecuted. He was an it's all about me type person. He would not ever try to sympathize with another person's perspective of things. And so, in his eyes, people were out to get him. In 2010, Gareth, the narcissist, managed to sign another indie rock band. In the Easter of 2010, he paid for the newly signed rock band to get to record their first album at the world-famous Abbey Road recording studios in London. He got some of his confidence back and decided he was going to keep trying to get to the top because it was so important to him to be famous and be seen by everyone as a big success. The band achieved a small amount of success. 4 months later, he ended his life by suicide. Knowing this guy, I personally feel he took his own life because he wanted to go out on top. No, I think listen, unless he shot himself in the head, I think he was doing it for attention and it got too far. He was doing it for sympathy and attention and that whole music industry lifestyle thing. I don't buy this guy's suicidal one bit. I buy he's a manipulator. Knowing this guy, I personally feel he took his own life because he wanted to go out on top. No. Obviously, he was probably slightly mentally ill, but in a sense, in a sense, his narcissism killed him. Please, can you give me your insight about this variety of narcissists? Thank you. Warm regards. Here's what I think happened. I mean, he really wasn't even on. He wasn't on top. He was nowhere near on top. He gets one recording session at Abbey Road. That's nothing. And if he's really on the inside, he would understand that that's nothing. If you have enough money, you can record anywhere you want. He was the narcissist never makes it. Understand something. Though the narcissist is always on a high horse, is always on a pinnacle, is always at the top of the narcissist food chain, the narcissist mountain, the narcissist pyramid, wherever you want to call it. There is no pinnacle high enough for the narcissist. There is no ceiling for the narcissist. There's always more, there's always more, there's always more. So don't think he was like, oh, I made it, I'm going to... No. He's just as obsessive at that level to get to the next level as he always was. This is either probably an OD by mistake. I have no idea what method he used or how. I mean, for other than I hate going down these roads when we talk about this stuff. You know, other than, you know, using a gunshot, and it doesn't sound like, because this sounds like he's in the UK, so it doesn't sound like he'd have access to a weapon like that. So I'm assuming he may be cutting, OD, you know, pills. Everything else I could put a marker on how he was really trying, more looking for attention than actually wanting to kill himself, because he wasn't on top. There is no ceiling. And that's the industry. I mean, the industry is ruled by by drugs and alcohol and illness and breakdowns and all of that. All of that. I'm a tortured soul. Like, some people go to rehab just for the publicity of it. Did it ever occur to you that the whole thing could have been just for the publicity of it and it got too far? This is how that industry works. It's messed up. It's messed up, but that's the reality of it. I still have a very, very hard time accepting that a narcissist, a true narcissist or border, is going to kill themselves deliberately. Oh, they'll fake it. They'll fake suicide attempts, and I think most of the time their suicide attempts gone too far, that they screwed up, and I think that's what it is here, because if you think he wanted to go out on top, that there is no top for the narcissist. There is no pinnacle high enough. There is no ceiling for the narcissist, ever. So they're never truly on top. It's never like that. They always want more. And how do I get it? And in that industry, something like this is how you get it. Something like this gone too far as well. So I hope that helps. Let me know what you think. Thank you for your contribution and your story, Fiona. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all of this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.